Okay, this is for all you that are interested in seeing what I've seen hidden around the sun. I've taken my camcorder and set it on negative. I'm moving the camera back and forth, as you can see the reflections from the objects. There are certain people out there who don't believe that you can record things and see the objects. Well, that's not true. People who say that don't bother to try and set their camera on negative. You can see the objects like onto the left side, the reflections of them. The large circular ball objects. The one at top above the sun, the one currently to the left side, it's reflections, but you can see the reflections going back. You can obviously see the objects popping up. They're staying fixed around the sun. The black objects, the smears, are clouds. The color, I don't know. The camera could be old, but or there's an issue with the camera. But the point is, those objects are still there, and it amazes me that this stuff is not being told in the public now. They could be planets of our solar system. They could be objects hurling toward our Earth right now. I mean, they could be stationary alien stations, for all I know. But it's fascinating how we as a race are so naive and so dumbed down that a person like me or anyone gets a hold of a camcorder or a digital camera and set it on negative, and possibly you can see it for yourself. I mean, you see it right now. It's still, you can see the object right above the sun. I'll point it out to you with a red beam. It's right there. This is the reflection, but the object is right here. Okay? All this black matter are clouds. Now, the camera will switch shortly to where I shot this up prior, about over a month ago, and you'll see some of the objects are smaller. So that means some of the objects are coming towards us. That's the only logical thing to it. But you can see all the stars and the planets behind. So you can see things behind the sun, which normally you couldn't because the sun is just too bright. But you can see the objects right here. Back here. Because this right here, this is the reflection. But there's an object right here. An object right here. Now there's objects all over, but they're way in the back. I'm more concerned about the objects that are right next to the sun. As you see right here, this is over about a month ago. This is a fixed object. It does not move. Along with the one down here. This is a reflection, so it's not going to be as big. And this is the one I was talking about, the upper left. I'm not concerned about the smaller ones behind here because these are just too far away. And again, the colors are just, I think that my camera could be damaged or some areas because this is set on negative, so you're able to see the sun without blinding yourself. And the colors, I don't know where they're coming from. But the point is, the reflections are there. And I will stop it for a second here so I can have it so the camera is moving so you can see the reflections. So I'm not faking any of this stuff. Anybody can do this. Anybody who's skeptical and saying that I can't capture anything on the camera, well, is just either being silly or just lying because they haven't investigated themselves. It's called denial. I'm moving the camera forward so you can see that the objects are slowly moving during the day. And again, I'm just using an old, probably 15-year-old something camcorder. It's a Samsung High H, those miniature little VHS cassettes that you use. But you can see where the objects are still stationary, but some of them are moving because of the shadows. And what's interesting also is You can see objects that are clearly not birds. There could be satellites that move across the top, but because we can't see them during the day of the light, it's too bright. But you can see that this one is still sitting here. I don't know if that's a planet. Who knows? Here's the one right here. Reflection. I'll keep going. It just it amazes me that no one's being told about this. I know that the media is completely controlled. I know what's the point of let people know that something is going to happen or could be happening or nothing happening, but the point is it's not being told. We're more interested in capturing all the oil in the world, so people are completely kept in terror of this lie that we're being told that Osama bin Laden was killed. In fact, he was dead before we invaded Afghanistan back in 2001. But aside from that point, stuff like this is far more interesting. I'll show you something that's interesting that caught my eye. You'll see something go across the screen, a white object coming from the right to the left, and it's clearly not a bird. Is it a plane? I don't know. It's going awfully fast, and mind you, you cannot see it in the sunlight. It'll be coming over on this side to the left. You have my laser light around the area, and you can still see the objects clearly there. The object is right here. Now I'm near an airport, but this is not coming from an airport. It's too far away in the sky anyways. Is it too fast, too slow for a satellite? Who knows? I've had objects coming down from behind me, clearly not making anything looking like a jet. But anyways, you can still see the objects still here. Pardon me with the sniffling. I just recently came over a cold. I'm trying to get over it, so excuse me for being annoying for sniffling my nose. But this is the first time I've ever done this, doing a commentary on my stuff I've seen around the sun. Anybody, like I said, anybody can do this. Now, see that this is different because I've set it on black and white. But you can still see that that object was still there. It'll come back after I'm moving the camera back and forth, left and right. But you can see the object right here. And all this junk is just reflections and maybe smears or damage to the camera. Who knows? I don't know. But this object is still there. The object down below. Now, I'm not any expert at this, but people who say that I cannot record things are just being denied. They're in denial. They haven't tried it themselves. And I know the fact that NASA is aware of things, but they don't want to tell anything. A good little joke toward NASA is never a straight answer. You know, that's the abbreviation. But what's the point of telling the people of the world that something's there, that it's going to be panic, you know? Right there, and right above. So you can catch this stuff on black and white as well. I encourage anyone to try this themselves and tell me I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong, because some of the objects, as you could tell before the earlier footage, clearly shows some of the objects are larger. Now, any intelligent person with two brain cells that rub together would know that that means they're coming toward the Earth. And other than that, I don't have anything else to say. I'll continue to post pictures and maybe some more footage if this works out. And I just want your opinion. I'm not trying to get anyone mad at me. Frankly, I don't care if you get mad at me, because if you get mad at me, at least you'll try and investigate then. I just want to know, just like anybody else, curiosity, what this is. And I'm telling you, anybody can do this. You don't need, $1 million equipment. You can just do this yourself. It's amazing what the human person can do. Stop thinking about this damn oil problem we have. Stop running to the government. Stop thinking about God or aliens are going to come and save you. Think for yourself, because we are alone and we need to help each other. Thank you.